Hello and welcome to another episode of Nolo Time. My name is Obed Velez, and with me is the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good? No load time. Obed, good to be with you again, my friend.
Good to see you, bro. How are you?
Life is good. Cannot complain much. It's been a busy time for us all here, but
Yeah.
busy is good. Rather be busy than bored. I
Oh,
know I say that
absolutely.
often, but it's a fair statement. We are not procrastinating men at all. We are hardworking men. Do well, and we're doing good. But no, man. Since our last episode, I definitely got a little update for you guys. I actually went out and saw Uncharted in
I was
theaters.
gonna ask if you watched it. Okay.
Yeah, I got out there and got to see the movie. And, when I'm sitting there watching it, like I had an okay time. But the more you think about it, like as it goes on, you're like,
Okay.
it really wasn't that good.
Interesting.
It was not
Cause
a bad movie. Like I've seen terrible movies. I've come on here before angry about things, right? It's not New Mutants or something.
is it better than the Immortals?
The Eternals.
The
Oh
Eternals,
man,
Immortals. Yeah, you see how much that
same
movie
difference.
resonate. Yeah, you see how much that movie resonated with me. Was it Immortals? Wasn't the one from that was on TV, right? Or was that
No,
something else?
Immortals.
Or
I
am
don't
I
remember. The
just
Inhumans is the one that was on TV.
Inhumans? That's okay. Okay, but they're both about the same suckage, so they,
Yeah,
they kind of like
it's not.
overlap. So
It's not good. It's not
yeah,
good.
I'm good. You know what? I'm tired. Yeah, it's been a busy week.
Oh, I ain't mad. I ain't
I'm
mad.
hydrating. I don't know. It's what it is. It's Thursday night. We're here, looking forward to the weekend. But yeah, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, no, you're
I
fine.
interrupted your Uncharted
No,
rant.
you're fine.
I guess you were going for.
I mean, there's not too much to say. It just wasn't that good. And I say that both as like a film and as a franchise adaptation, right? Like, if I took aside my love for Uncharted, the games, and I just looked at this as a movie, I still don't think it's that good.
Okay.
Like, I think it's got a lot of huge plot holes. The story's got some huge, huge issues. Um, but then even the very uncharted stuff, like that's probably the best parts of the movie. It's the stuff where they try to um bring to life some of
Okay.
the elements from the games. And that's a lot of stuff you got to see in the trailer anyways, right? Like some of those sequences you've already seen in the trailer, you recognize if you played the games. Oh yeah, okay, this is this scene, that scene, whatever, right? Like I'm not spoiling anything. But like you've I'm sure you've seen Obed, like the National Treasure movies, right?
I
Like,
saw the first one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it
those are
was
pretty good
good.
movies. I
It was
like I
good.
like those movies actually.
Yeah.
Um, it's super, fiction, whatever,
Yeah.
right? But it's still cool, right?
I think that would make
Like,
a good Disney Plus show.
oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring back Nick Cage.
Disney, ring us up.
Well, so it's one of those things where like, they have a very good intellectual property, right? Where there's materials before that they can lean on. And yet for some reason they spent so much time on like bartender Nathan Drake, which isn't even a thing, right? Like the stuff that they spend,
Oh,
they spend more time on you
okay.
know this supposed 500-year-old cave. Okay, so this should be like a really cool scene, a really cool moment. And it's like there's no way this is 500 years old. There's like a brand new light like installed from Home Depot down here. Like there's no way. Like
Oh,
there's like huge, like it takes you out of it. It's
oh, I see.
like
I
there's
see.
so
So,
there's a lot of issues that I don't know who, what, where, because this movie's been around for a long time. I think, Obed, when we started the podcast, we were
they
talking about the
first
rumors of
announced
this
it.
movie
Yeah.
being a
Yeah.
thing.
So it seems like the what you're telling me is that the I guess the historical consultants, because they usually have like a like for Pirates of the Caribbean, they got a consultant to come in. It's like, hey, how were pirates back then? And they kind of like nailed it, right? Almost.
Yeah.
So that means that they either did not use one or the one that they got was just not good, or the director did whatever the hell he wanted. So it's
Yeah, I honestly think there's probably multiple people to blame for this, right? And the people who probably like this movie, and I'm not trying to throw shade on them and say that they're wrong, right? Because like I said, I sat there and I was like, if I would have watched this like on Netflix or something, I probably would have been okay.
okay.
But like, oh, it gets, but this is supposed to be like a full feature film, right? This is like a
Yeah,
Sony movie, you know, um,
franchise, I guess, right?
the franchise,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I think people who like Tom Holland, now, don't get me wrong, I like him as Spider Man, right? But like people who just people obsess over the actors and stuff, right? Like people are into that kind of thing. They'll probably find no fault with it, right? Because Tom Holland is very Tom Holland in this movie. He's not very Nathan Drake, right? And Mark
So it's
Wahlberg's very Mark Wahlberg. He's not really Sully.
so
It's
it's
very like
basically Peter Parker and the dude from Transformers.
right,
It's,
100%,
oh,
100%. So it's very very like if you like that stuff, okay, you'll be fine. But if you're looking for something more, you're gonna be disappointed. And I don't know. I don't know what the real thinking is there. Now, there are two post-credit scenes, Obed. Um, People who see the first one, okay, it's cool, but the second one is the one that was more surprising because I'm like, why did you wait for the end of this movie, literally the post-credit scene, to try and actually do something that seemed more interesting than the whole rest of the
was
actual
there a
movie itself?
newspaper article saying that some weird fungus is spreading somewhere, and that's the Last of Us show coming up?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay,
it's like an actual Uncharted thing. Like it's
okay,
like they give you an Uncharted moment
okay.
in that post credit scene. That's supposed to basically renew faith in the people who are the fans of the franchise. And those are the people who get the fan service from that end, and they don't take the time to really put an emphasis on that right in the actual film. It's just more so in the post credits. So, like, how did you feel about Tomb Raider, Obed? The one with the more recent one that came out.
Never watched it.
Never watched it.
No,
Okay,
I watched the Jolie ones. The first one was okay. The second one
yeah.
was trash.
So I would put it pretty similar, dude, with the recent Tomb Raider movie,
Okay,
where
there's another one
people
of those
probably were
coming out,
okay
right?
with it. I don't know. I think so.
Yeah.
And this one again, because I have two post credits, right? Like that's supposed to be where you would expect the franchise to carry on. I think last I checked, it was around like 55 million it made domestically opening weekend.
Did pretty good.
Considering the circumstances in the world, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know what Sony was expecting beyond that worldwide. I think it's close to 200 mil. So you would imagine they have a chance to bring this on, but I don't know what Tom Holland's pay rates are these days after making one of the largest movies of all time. I'm sure that bumped up his salary requirements, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, totally. Cool. All right, man. That's good. I got a couple of
Yeah.
things. I watched a movie that I wanted to watch for a very long time because it got delayed for like a year, and then I didn't go see it. I finally got to see Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it was very good. I really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed it. It's different. Don't go thinking, okay, so don't watch this movie thinking this is going to be the old Ghostbusters. Because no one's going to be the old Ghostbusters, right? Like, the pacing on that movie is, like, perfect. And, it's a different movie. Like, the original Ghostbusters is more of a. I want to say it's like a supernatural comedy, I guess, right?
Okay.
This one has comedic elements to it, of course, but it has, a family dynamic thrown in the mix that at times works pretty good. Sometimes it's okay, but overall, I think it was pretty good. I really liked it. Really liked it. Very good. Like, okay, I don't know what they were going for with the 2016 movie, right? Because it's not that movie doesn't even work as a homage to the old Ghostbuster stuff. This is
The Melissa McCarthy one, you're trying to
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah, yeah. This is more of a hey, the guys paid their dues, and now it hits you different, right? Because Ivan Reitman, unfortunately passed away last week, and Jason, his son, wrote and directed this one. So, it was good. It was really good. I don't want to spoil it because I want people to watch it. I want you to watch it because it was good. I enjoyed it. They were very respectful to people that are not here anymore. They were very respectful to the characters of the original, and I think they treated the new characters well. I really don't see any major problems with any of them. Paul Rudd was good. He's Paul Rudd. He's fun, and it was great because he got a chance to be goofy in this movie, which he doesn't get a lot of in the Marvel stuff, right? But we know, like, 4-Year-Old Virgin and all these other movies that he's done. He's super goofy and he's awesome. He's super funny. So he got a chance to be goofy and do his own thing, and it was good. Yeah, I liked it, man. It was good. A little slow though. Like it's a little. It's a little bit of a crank, right? Like it starts, it gives you a premise, and it's a really cool premise at the beginning, fast paced and whatnot. But it just starts and it's a little bit of a crank, but then things go, and yeah.
Would you believe there's a chance that they would make more movies? Like, did they lead into any kind of example that they're going to make more? Because
so as with Uncharted, there's 2 credit scenes on this movie.
Okay.
So the first one's again a homage to the original Ghostbusters, which most of this movie is, right? It's a homage to the first Ghostbusters. The second one, it's like full blown setup for a sequel. Like there's no going around it. We're we're gonna do a sequel because we're doing this thing. Yeah, yeah. So, it was I think the last. You know what? That end credit scene, the last one, the second one. It was very subdued, but it was also very exciting. Like, oh, this is like very exciting, like what they're trying to do here, and I really liked it. So, yeah, it was good. Kids were good. That's the worst part. Usually the worst part of the movie, because with kids, that kids are bad, right? What's her name? McKenna Grace, the girl. She's in pretty much everything now. She was really good, really good. Her dialogue was really good, and the way that she delivered it, it was great. I was like, it's good. She's good. This kid's good. Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. His role is not like she's the main character of the movie, right? That's another thing, right? Like the girl is the main character of the movie, and
nice,
rightfully so. He has a more of a supporting role to the movie, but he's still like in it a lot, and he's good. Yeah. I don't know, major complaints. It was a little bit too long though. It was like 2 hours and 5 minutes. And like I said, it just takes a little bit of to crank up. But when it cranks, it's good. So I had a good time. So
that's good, man. No, I like to hear that. It's interesting to see where they went from 2016 to 2020.
Man, no. Don't even compare it, bro. It's like, it's like no comparison, dude.
But we talk about Star Wars often, right? But like, okay, so you have something in 2016 that people were not happy with, right?
Yeah.
And then if you put out a project like this, it sounds to me like it was very safe, it was good,
yeah,
like it delivered what it needed to do. Like that's the way a studio should handle an intellectual property that's beloved like that, right? Like,
yeah,
it's okay if you can make a mistake and have something that people don't like, but you can still rebound, and that's what I hope
Karate
Star
Kid.
Wars that's where they go.
Again, Karate
Kid.
Honestly, like this is very comparable to Cobra Kai in a lot of ways, because you can tell that they care, right? And that's what happened in Karate Kid. They did that movie with this girl. Yeah. What's her name? Oscar bait girl.
Oscar Baker. What? What are you saying?
That's her. Hilary Swank. It's like that's okay, okay. It's like her name is Oscar Bate.
Oh my god. This guy, man. This guy. I was thinking of more so the Jaden Smith, Will Smith's kid, right?
Oh, that
Like
was
the movie with
awful.
but I'm saying
Oh,
that was the one I looked at as like them trying to bring back the
yeah, yeah,
Karate
yeah,
Kid.
yeah.
Let's just make a new one, and everyone's gonna love it because it's and he's not even doing
It's not
karate.
even
It's kung
karate.
fu, and it's like
Yeah,
what's going on,
it's very
guys?
so it's very similar to that, right? Where you have the original Karate Kid's not the next Karate Kid with Hillary with Oscar Bate, and then you get the Jaden Smith one, which was not good in my opinion,
Yeah.
and then you get Cobra Kai, which they restart with the old guys, right? Very similar to that. Of course, Cobra Kai, you got multiple episodes where you can flesh the story out better, but for it to be condensed within a 2 hour movie, it was fine. It could have been maybe a little bit shorter, but I have no major problems. Like, but again, like it's as a bridge between a passing of the torch sort of thing, it worked and it was good. So
Mm.
yeah, I liked it. So I am also enjoying Horizon Forbidden West. All right, so it's very good, Joe. It's very good, bro, and it hurts me, right? So it hurts me that last week I said, "Oh, Horizon's coming out," and it got hurt because Breath of the Wild came out the following week, and everyone forgot about Horizon. And then Elden. Oh, I guess we can use this as a
Yep.
segue to
Transition.
to
Yep.
topics, right? But freaking Elden Ring comes out tomorrow, and here I am. It's like I'm just gonna play Horizon, enjoy it, and then the reviews drop,
My
and it's like
gosh.
everyone gave it a 10. And it's like I just gotta buy it now because I have no choice. And I went ahead and just did a last minute pre order at Best Buy. Store pickup. I'll pick it up tomorrow, but I will not play it until I finish Horizon. Right. And I we'll talk Elden Ring here in a minute, but Horizon is very very good, very very good. You need to play the first one though. It's one
Mm.
of those
Oh yeah,
things
I'm
that
not skipping. Yeah.
yeah, you need to get. Well, the good
Yeah.
thing is that you at least get a little bit of a recap at the beginning, right? You get like a cutscene recap. It's about 5 minutes long, and you get a recap of Horizon Zero Dawn. Right off the bat, I don't have to play as Kid Aloy, so much better. so, so we're past that, but it does. Okay, so it has a very lengthy tutorial. The tutorial area is about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And then, okay, yeah, I did the tutorial area. And then you get another tutorial area that's like 3 hours long. So you get like a 5 hour tutorial. And then, so it's basically Persona. Because Persona, nothing, like, it's really tough. Like, those first 10 hours of Persona, at least 4 and 5, are really tough. But because they're just driving you through the tutorial. And then they cut you loose after that. It's kind of like the same thing here, where, oh, you got to go here, and you got a couple of side quests in the middle, but then, they would cut you loose. So I'm right at the part where they cut you loose, and I mean, so far I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It plays. I want to say it plays 100% like Horizon Zero Dawn. But they do have some differences. I think they fixed some of the climbing. That was a big problem on the original. Some of that has been fixed. It's not Breath of the Wild climbing, by no means, but it's been addressed and it's better. They've added more combos to the spear. You can do other moves with the arrows other than just shoot straight. They give you a bunch of stuff for free. Like by the time you finish the tutorial area, you have enough equipment to at least do something, right?
Okay.
Versus on the first one, it was like those first 10 hours were gruelingly hard because you did not have any equipment.
Yeah.
So yeah, so at least here, they do give you the tools for you to succeed. But then when they cut you loose and you choose your area where you want to be, then you get attacked by this machine that you don't know what it is, and then you die with one hit. So, but then that's the thing, right? You got to explore and make sure that you have what you need when you traverse through these areas. Very good. They fixed the faces. It's not 100%, but if it's fixed from the first one, so way
That's good.
better. Yeah. Way better animation overall. The game looks fantastic. It runs like I have not seen any like frame rate dips. I'm playing it on performance mode, so it's
Okay.
like a very good like steady 60, and it looks good. Not you can tell like if you look at a distance, right? If you're looking at a rock and it's a little bit over at a distance, you can see a little bit of shimmering, but I mean, other than that, it looks very good. I like it quite a bit. I'm really enjoying it. So, looking forward to spending many more hours on that game because it's good. They basically brought a lot of the characters from the first one back. Interestingly enough, they don't go to. Oh, there's only one area in from the original map that I've visited, at least right now. I don't know if we're gonna go back to any of the old areas, right? But there's like one area, and it's like the area that's furthest to the west. That's the area that you visit, and then you have to go into the Forbidden West and all that, right? So, um, well, very good. I'm impressed. Runs well, plays well. No complaints. But then, dude, it's like can't catch a break, and then Elden Ring shows up, and everyone's saying it's like this game changes open world games, kind of like Breath of the Wild did. It's like, come on,
Every time a Horizon game comes out, there will be something legendary that comes out
dude.
alongside it, right? Like there's no way around it. You know that they're gonna make a third Horizon game, right? And that you can only expect at that point that there's gonna be some epic open world title to be released around the
Yeah,
same time because
yeah,
this is not a normal like you said. I mean, Breath of the Wild was just absolutely breathtaking, right? Like it stole the show, and then now Elden Ring, my goodness,
it's at
dude, like
still at 97 on
10 out of
Metacritic.
10. You go down the list. Now, this is not a game that I had high on my radar. It wasn't a game that anything against. It just, looked like another nice title. But now everyone's going to take notice because when you
Bro,
got a 10 out of 10 from everyone collectively, people who
pretty
don't usually
much.
agree on this kind of stuff have to say, no, this thing is the real deal. Of course, Elden Ring's going to blow up now. I highly anticipate like this to be one of the hottest selling games
Oh
of the
yeah,
year just because of this. Going obviously early, starting off early in the year already with this heat, right?
yeah,
There's a lot of heat on it.
yeah. Apparently, it's very long too. Like it's like
Okay.
80. It's like 80 hours. You know, like 60 hours to complete, and like like 60 to 80 hours is pretty long. It's like I said, it looks like it's a very long game. I can't remember how many hours I put in on the original Horizon. I did play that one a lot, like a lot. So, well, the same thing happened to me with Horizon when it came out, right? Because Horizon came out, and then like 3 weeks later, Near Automata came out, and then like 3 weeks later, Persona 5 came out. So
I
I was like,
remember this
bro, and
now.
I
Yeah.
bought all these games. I
Remember
was like,
Nier was
yo,
sitting there forever for you.
yeah. So I think I started playing Horizon in February when it came out,
Yeah.
and then I started playing Persona. It was like mid June when I started playing it. So and I played Horizon for that entire like period of time. So and for, Persona was like a summer game. Finished that, and then like October, I started Near. And Nier is a little bit shorter. It's like a 45 hour just to get the actual like
Yeah.
true ending. So that was not that long, but it's like 40. It's not. Yeah, it's not terribly long. But dude, it's like what the heck, man.
My.
Yeah, it's crazy, and basically saying that it's basically like Breath of the Wild, Dark Souls. I was like, well, I guess I'm in, right? It's which is crazy because I never played any of the old Dark Souls or Demon Souls, but then I
Right.
fell in love with Bloodborne. Bloodborne was like mind blowingly good, and then I played Sekiro for 85 hours, and Sekiro was like phenomenal. So I have very high expectations for this game. Of course, more not only the pedigree, but now with all the reviews. But unfortunately, I won't get to it until probably summer,
Okay.
which is going to be crazy because then summer, who knows when God of War's coming out? Who knows when Zelda's coming out? Who knows if Zelda's coming out this year? Like, I don't know, right? And then whatever Nintendo puts out there, it's just going to be a lot, bro. It's a lot. It's a good time to be a gamer, honestly.
It's a great time
Like,
to be a gamer.
there has never
And
been a better time.
Obed, like, we can now say it like we're in a pandemic, like the world is still we're starting to recover, we're doing better. But what it showed us from the last 2 years is that the gaming industry is stronger than ever.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that was one of the biggest in demand. Consoles are highly in demand, games are highly in demand. So if anything, I think this is a good sign, right? We're seeing now quality games like this coming out. Like, dude, this is a great time to be alive. I think we're in a winning mode. Like, there's more great stuff to come.
No, absolutely, absolutely, I agree. God, yeah, like I said, God of War and
Yep.
Zelda, whatever the next Mario is, right? We don't know. Um, yeah, man. That Starfield comes out this year, allegedly, right? They gave a date. I doubt it, but who knows? I don't know. I mean, if it may come out, so we gotta wait and see on that. But it's very good. And then we got more games like Forspoken for PS5 coming out. It's a ton, dude. Like I'm interested in Forspoken. I don't even know if I'm gonna buy that game. Like it's just too much. I'll probably buy it later. It's one of those games that I'll wait for reviews. Yeah.
Okay.
So, we'll have to we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, very good stuff, Joel. Interesting that Call of Duty is taking a year off. Finally,
Yeah.
about time. So I guess Microsoft Vision Lizard or Blizzard, whatever you want to call it, right?
Oh
Microsoft
my
Lizard,
lizard.
but,
The lizard people, Obed, the lizard
the
people.
Lizard Bill Gates, Lizard people, Activision, whatever. Uh, they said that they're gonna take a break on Call of Duty. It's like lizard people.
Oh my
You
god.
ever watch V? Did you know what V is, Joe? V is a mini series that came out in the 80s, right? And guess
Yeah.
guess guess what it is about? It's lizard people that came from space and started posing as humans. I wonder where this creative people get these conspiracy theories from.
Oh my
Freaking 80s TV.
Hey, let's not ruin it.
Oh,
We might get more ratings if we start talking.
I don't, yeah, we got and politics, honestly, man.
The ratings.
Oh, bro.
No, but it's hilarious, man. The lizard people, Bill Gates, man.
Bill Gates.
Oh gosh, that was good. That was good. No, the them taking a year off, like, dude, this is totally like a smart call.
Yeah,
I mean,
they gotta go back to the drawing board.
gotta go back to the drawing board, and it's not that they've been like, oh man, they've been sucking it, like they've been doing terrible. It's not like that, right? But like, I mean, it kind of feels like it would benefit them not just from a standpoint of, okay, you could take this time and now develop something that's more next gen, that's more immersive, right? That's fresh, refreshing, but also like you build up a better demand for it, and like dude, they're gonna still sell like Call of Duty, like it's gonna keep selling
Yeah,
just
and
fine.
they got
Like they don't need,
Warzone. Yeah,
yeah, like what the latest one is still gonna keep selling fine for this next several months until they put out their next thing. So
yeah,
I mean, Microsoft coming in now, acquiring these companies and then saying, all right, well, let's take a pause here. Good call. Like Microsoft making good calls here. Totally respectable. Um, And they had Obed. I know we talked about before, like when they made this deal, like there's been more stuff coming out, right? And they're clear, like, no, we're still keeping this as a cross-gen thing. Like they're
Yeah,
really committed to that. And
multi-platform.
I
Yeah,
think yeah, and I think that's a cross-platform. Like I think that's really, really admirable, like the stance that they're taking since they've brought on this company. So,
yeah,
kudos to them.
yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with Bungie and Destiny. It's still
Oh,
gonna be
sure.
on
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was about time. We know that Assassin's Creed, it worked for them, right?
It did.
It's
Oh man,
because now
yeah.
because the after they started taking breaks, the quality jumped substantially.
Huge.
So there's one coming out this year, right? Because we didn't get one last year.
Not been announced yet, but I believe so.
What do you think it is?
I don't even
Medieval,
know anymore, man.
feudal Japan.
I mean, they
It's
technically
Ghost of
did feudal
Tsushima.
Japan already. Technically, in one of the Chronicles game they made for Vita. But
Uh,
I mean, I don't know. Anything's possible.
they should do the Spanish American War.
That would be good, actually.
Take Puerto
That'd be
Rico
good.
for the Americans.
AC3. That's one of those underrated
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
The third one,
That was
dude.
divisive.
That's one
Yeah,
of Yeah, that was underrated. It was divisive, but no, like it's good. I mean, I know they've been playing those now on Switch,
oh yeah,
and
yeah,
it's like I have no need to like have these games again, but I just want to have it like portable,
yeah. Playing on the
just so I
go.
can pull it up.
Yeah,
It's great. But no, you're great point. Like what Activision doing does remind me of what Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed.
yeah. I mean, so yeah, we can only hope for a jump on quality, which we never talked about it, Joel. But do you see how disastrous the that Battlefield release was?
Oh yeah,
Oh my goodness,
that was
bro!
not good.
It was it was bad. Like talk about a drop ball, dude. That was pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
Not good. Not good.
Yeah. Look, jank. Do you see that the character models are like if you pick like a female soldier, the character models are the same ones from Battlefront 2, like the face models. Yeah, they
No,
reused them,
what?
dude.
What?
Yeah.
EA. Oh no,
The,
copy and paste in code.
it's the engine, dude. That engine is unsustainable. That Frostbite engine,
Yeah,
game, it's bad. It's bad, dude.
not good. Not good.
To get with Unreal or get something new, but it's not cutting it. Uh, Joel, something that I hope cuts it, Street Fighter Six, because I am very excited for Street Fighter Six.
This is your world, man. Take it away.
I'm very excited for Street Fighter Six, and I'm going to tell you why I'm really excited about Street Fighter Six. It's a video game, number one. Uh, you know, it's crazy that it's so soon because the last batch of DLC for Street Fighter Five came out 2 months ago.
Hmm.
2 months later we got a full announcement. I think they're going full esports on this. Um, Hopefully keeping some of the flavor still in, right? But a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that I think I did mention on the podcast. It was like Capcom needs to like pick a side. They either do the Guilty Gear anime stuff for the graphics, or they just go full on realistic. And they went full on realistic on this one. So basically, this character models kind of look like Devil May Cry, like Devil May Cry 5, because they're using their in house engine. They're not using Unreal. So, but here's the statement, right? Because this trailer of this was I saw some of the guys in the community were calling it a TikTok. I was like, this is TikTok. It was like 40 seconds long. What this thing is doing is it's telling you what this is gonna be, right? And this is number one, a bold new direction with art style, and we're going full on realistic. Number two, we're going a step above, and having like muscle deformation, sweat. They may have like battle damage. Who knows, right? They but they're like statement number one is we're going for the graphics, and we're gonna make this look realistic, and everyone's gonna look cool, right? I want to see some of the redesigns that they do for the other characters. Like we saw the redesign for Ryu, which is basically, the hot Ryu as they called him from Street Fighter Five. Now is the default Ryu. Luke's in the trailer. He looks a little bit different. Redesign outfit and whatnot. But they're telling you it's like you're gonna see the muscles move. You're gonna be seeing sweat, and you're gonna see veins pop, and you're gonna see all this like character detail, right? That you could only see on a fighting game before with Mortal Kombat. Like they're going straight, like they're going after Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat stole their thunder. They've got the realistic graphics, embraced by the community. Yeah, DLC is questionable, but they Mortal Kombat embraced their own thing and they did it right. But they're like Street Fighter's like, no, we're going after you guys now. The second thing that you see in this trailer is that they're moving to, and the third thing I guess is that it's the music. They're going away from the from the Street Fighter 4 Cross Tekken 5 era. Like they're moving away from that era when it comes to tone. They're moving away from the Yoshinori Ono era, and they're moving into a more like hip hop / Third Strike thing, and I'm excited for that because like that was peak Street Fighter, and I'm 100% on board, and we need it. And I can't wait for summer to see how this thing looks like. It's not coming out this year, for sure. It's probably going to be like summer next year at least. Right? But I am very, very excited.
Obed, will you be busting out the fight stick for this?
Bro, I think I will. I think I will.
I expect nothing less.
I think I think this will be a comeback. Like this is probably going to be the comeback because it looks good.
If they deliver, like you're already committed to the franchise, but
exactly.
If they deliver,
I'm buying it regardless, right?
Yeah, you're in.
Yeah.
But if they get you,
yeah,
game over.
I'm buying it regardless, but if they get me back, man.
So are we gonna sign you up for some tournaments, man?
Oh, bro, I don't know. I'm gonna be like the old couple that showed up to CEO.
Oh my gosh. That was amazing. Grandma was going at it.
I was going at it, bro. Yeah, but I mean,
so one dude yells in the audience, "You go, Grandma!"
Yeah, you go, Grandma. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited, man. I'm super pumped. I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to see the redesigns and everyone looking super realistic, and Ken's hair not looking like bananas, and Chun-Li and all the rest of the guys. Yeah, man, I'm in. So, I'm sure we're gonna get controversial redesigns of characters, right? And that's okay. Like I'm fine.
It's probably time for it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think to some extent they were pushing it with Street Fighter 5, but then they took a step back and went back to like the classic looks with a lot of the characters. But I think that they were initially pushing for like a bold new direction with Street Fighter 5, but then they took a step back. And I mean there's evidence of that. There's a like an alpha build of Street Fighter 5 with realistic characters. Not the in between anime / realistic. It's it looks more like Tekken kind of thing. So yeah, I can't wait. They also announced a new fighting collection. So it's the Capcom Fighting Collection.
I saw that. Yeah.
They got good games. It's a very good collection. They got 5 of the Night Stalker games. I'm sorry, the Darkstalkers. No, the Night Stalker. Darkstalker. Oh, kill me. I'm a poser. Darkstalkers. I'm sorry. Um, so they got from one all the way down to Vampire Savior 2, and then they got Red Earth, which I don't think has ever been released on consoles. I can't remember. There may be a Dreamcast version in Japan, maybe, I don't know. But as far as I know, Red Earth didn't come out in consoles. On consoles, Cyberbots came out on the Saturn. I'm not sure if that came out on PS1, but Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix that came out on PS1 and Saturn. Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, it's been out and around, and Hyper Street Fighter 2, which I think has not been released since the 15th anniversary collection that was released on PS2, or was it 10th anniversary collection? One of the two. I think it was the 15th for Street Fighter. Yeah. And that was released on that collection, which is basically a Street Fighter 2 where you can choose which version of the character you want to play as from any of the Street Fighter 2s from like 2 to Super Turbo. So this is a really good collection. Honestly, it seems to me that it's worth it. I may grab this one on the Switch just to have like fighting games on the Switch. Because I was thinking of grabbing like the second part of the Capcom arcade collection, but this makes more sense to grab that instead. So cool, good stuff. I'm really excited, man. I'm really pumped. So good stuff there. Last bit of news that I have here on the gaming side is that we are getting an anime series for Nier Automata. So
It's about time.
if you
That
haven't
makes
played the game,
sense. Yeah.
if you haven't played the game and want to just watch the story, it's a great way to do it. Get your tissues out, and yeah. I mean, although I
I mean,
think the game is yeah. Go ahead.
well, I'll say you always, whenever you speak about the game, not that you say anything bad about the gameplay, like you've
Oh,
spoken about
gameplay's
that
great. Yeah,
before,
yeah.
right? You spoke about the whole, but every time you reference the experience, it's always like the emotions it made you feel, which is as an effect of the strong characters and the story and the immersion of it all. Like
Yeah.
those are all things you can do in anime form just fine.
Oh,
So I mean,
absolutely,
like
absolutely.
again, like so I think the route that you were just about to go, that I cut you off. Apologies. Like you were saying,
Go
like
ahead.
there's probably a better benefit by playing the games. But this is another nice option for both those who have already played the games and want to feel relive it, and then those that have not. This is a great introduction for them, I assume. Now, Obed, who's putting this anime together? I'm assuming they're keeping the same team involved to some extent.
Well, the writing, yeah. So the writing is going to be Yoko Taro is going to be writing,
Okay,
but it seems like it's Aniplex. So Aniplex did they do Demon Slayer, and they did Sword Art Online. So it's a good studio.
very good,
So
very good.
Aniplex is a good pick. Yeah. Um, it's like I think about it, and I like there's feelings, right? I still think about this game, and the way it makes me feel is it's special, dude. It's like high school in a good way, like because it's like I think about it, right, and I think about the emotions because it's a game that basically toys with your like subverts your expectations at first, and then starts playing with your emotions the way they do, and the way they do it is just brilliant. So yeah, can't wait to definitely catch that. Also, Joel, before we go, we didn't talk about the logo gate on Street Fighter Five, but I don't care. Like me personally, I don't care.
Yeah.
Now, given the response from the community, I think that Capcom's going to change the logo. So
Okay.
that's just my thought there. Um, Joe, and yeah, so we got a few more updates here. Can you tell us about what's going on with the Marvel shows and Netflix?
Yeah, I mean, this is news to make us all rejoice. If you're a fan of the Netflix Marvel series, generally speaking, right? Not all of them were great. We can admit that in hindsight, right? But regardless, it's it is a family, a collection, right? Of something that really did pioneer for Marvel television. I don't include Agents of Shield in that conversation. You know how I feel about that show. But no, what Netflix did was special. So when news came about that all those projects were going to be leaving Netflix, right? Well, of course, one would immediately assume they got to be placed somewhere else. And good news is we got confirmation this week that on March the 16th, I want to say, all of the shows are going to be moved over to Disney Plus. They are not going to be edited. They will be in their original form and they'll be available to stream on Disney Plus. I would have thought maybe Obed that those would have been moved to Hulu. I thought that was more my immediate guess.
Yeah.
But then again, we've talked before, dude. Like the Wolverine and like like
I think the Wolverine is
like,
way more violent than this thing. Yeah.
Way more violent than stuff. There.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, yeah, and like
brutal.
that's fully on there. There's some things that are on Disney Plus already that might that's interesting. So yeah, man, like I love this. This just amplifies why Disney Plus is such a great platform. And they don't get a lot of respect because they're they get compared to Netflix. Netflix has been around for years. Disney Plus is still in its infancy, and in their infancy, Disney's going for the win, and I love that. I love what they're doing there. So yeah, bringing these on only also signifies, Obed, that these franchises will live on. You wouldn't bring these on here if you didn't think that there's a chance that these are going to live on. Obviously, spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen No Way Home, we know that Matt Murdock's in there, right? If you've seen Hawkeye, you saw the Wilson Fisk's return. And if you haven't seen the Assembled episode open on Disney Plus for Hawkeye, they did. I was like, come on, talk about Wilson Fisk. They wait for the very end. That's where Feige comes in and clarifies, yes, this is the same Wilson Fisk. So
what did he do though? What did he get in jail?
I know, right?
He did a ton of drugs, cleaning chemicals. Like drank a lot of bleach in jail. Got
crazy.
Got crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they Marvel. They did their Marvel Disney magic to it, but it's still the same characters, and that's something that's so cool. But yeah, this only confirms, like we've heard rumors before. Jessica Jones is supposed to be in the She-Hulk show. That's been a strong rumor for a long time. I believe that to still be the case. Maybe Matt Murdock's in that show. I don't know, right? Apparently, Obed, there's rumors out there saying that She-Hulk is a sleeper hit actually for Disney Plus. Like people are not going to expect that when it comes out. That it's supposed to be very good. It has very good internal reception already. So
interesting.
Which is I'm not surprised. I mean, if you put the Hulk in there, obviously that's a very strong Marvel character, and then you have the spin-off of it. It's got a good base, right? Good foundation to live on, and Abomination being in it, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, like this is a great moment for the Marvel family, welcoming back the prodigal son, right? It's how I felt when Spider-Man came back to the MCU, right? We're bringing these guys back home, bringing Daredevil home, bringing Jessica Jones home.
Is Punisher getting? Are they bringing Punisher back?
That's a good question.
I didn't see anything on Punisher.
I did not see anything with Punisher on there, and I ended up looking into it, and what everyone seems, or what the sentiment seems to be from the journalists on these fronts, is that he will return. They're still sorting out some stuff.
Okay.
I don't know what the deal is there, but I wouldn't be concerned about the Punisher right now, right? Like, yes, of course, you want to have them all launch at the same time, but I would not be too concerned. Maybe that's going to be the Hulu one out of all of them. I don't know. But
possibly, yeah.
I definitely think he'll be fine. I don't think we need to worry.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's good to see them back. Honestly, yeah, and to some extent,
Well, I was gonna say, and like a lot of people, Obed, like they never saw Daredevil. There's a lot of new Marvel family people who have never seen Daredevil. I know a lot of people who never watched the Netflix stuff, but they've seen all the new movies. Like you've got out of all the ones, like you've got to see Daredevil. So bring it to Disney Plus, dude. This thing's gonna be brought back to life. It's like when like Cobra Kai got moved from Google, from YouTube TV to Netflix and got a revival. Like Daredevil's about to have a hard revival. A lot of people are about to be awakened to the greatness that was that series that came out years ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm good with them getting moved over. It's about time, and yeah, like a lot of people slept on Daredevil, but it's so good. Like if you gotta like that's honestly that's like straight up that's the only one you gotta watch. You gotta watch season
100%.
one, season two, Defenders, and season three, and you're set.
Yep.
Right? You can avoid the other ones. You know, I would say other than Punisher, the other ones are of hit and miss quality.
Yeah.
Like there's some good parts, there's some okay parts, and there's not some not so good parts.
Well,
Um,
we'll talk about crossing over like Cottonmouth, dude. Like it's Mahershala Ali who's playing Blade now. Like if that's in the same universe, how is he playing both? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
But then again, also
He looks just
Moira,
like him.
like she's also you know right. But then she's in Civil War and she was also in Luke Cage. Like there's
Yeah.
I don't know why Luke Cage
Well,
one
wasn't
is the one that had characters playing two different roles in the MCU at the same time.
wasn't the main character from Eternals on Captain Marvel? She was one of the alien
Yes,
girls.
but
Yeah,
that like at least visually, at least like they changed the
visually,
look,
yeah,
you
but
know.
but
But
I mean,
still, same
still,
person, yeah,
it's still the same
same
person.
person.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty
So
funny.
that's pretty interesting. Um, yeah, I guess we'll see how they do it, but you know, uh, Marvel's gonna be a whole different thing starting. I mean, it already is after Spider Man, and
Oh
it's
well,
gonna
that
keep.
Doctor Strange stuff allegedly that
Yeah,
is game
yeah,
changer. That changes
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So
It's gonna be some big deal stuff there. Um, yeah, that's good. Quick update on Obi-Wan. Allegedly, take it with a grain of salt, but this is more than likely true. That Papa Palpatine's gonna make an appearance, and I'm very excited. But so yeah, they were interviewing Ian McDermott, and he said basically it's like, oh yeah, I'll be around, kind of sorta. So yeah, so basically they're hinting at him being back. Uh, who knows if he's gonna be a cameo or if he's gonna be around for a couple episodes as Palpatine on the Obi-Wan show. Of course, we know that Obi-Wan takes place like full on Inquisitor era. So yeah, he's probably involved. He's out there because he's looking for the thingamajig that Ezra fell into. That Ahsoka is gonna go back to in her show. It wouldn't surprise me if we see him back in Ahsoka, like in one of those like time travel things when she's trying to correct the sequel trilogy. So in her quest to
I
correct the sequel trilogy.
oh my god. Oh my gosh. Well, as you know,
It's like
we love Star Wars
did you ever
here.
did you ever watch Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know the end sequence with Cher is like if I can turn back time. It's like, oh, don't mind
Oh
me.
yeah.
I'm just cleaning the timeline. That's gonna be Ahsoka in her show. Just
Yep.
cleaning the
Yep.
timeline.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it,
Oh
guys.
man.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think Palpatine makes sense to be like it wasn't something I thought of right away. I thought maybe they would just like reference like Vader would be like, the Emperor demands your presence, or something. But not like, show him or say anything. But this interview did not make me confident that he was in it. I think it was more so like he's teasing that like I want to be back, want to be around, which clearly he does
Yeah.
if he's okay with showing up for Rise of Skywalker, and he's been at all the fan conventions and all this stuff. Like he's totally involved. He's totally cool.
Oh yeah.
He just done the voice stuff for the animated thing. So, yeah, like it's good to have him around. But I'm not sold on the fact that he's in this movie. But it only makes sense that he is. So for that reason, I expect him to be in it. But I'm not going to be disappointed if he isn't because I
okay.
don't like if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
it only makes sense to be there. But yeah, I mean like. They bringing in big names for this series. Like we're not talking about big names as in like, oh, they're bringing in an Oscar winner. No, like we're saying like Hollywood style. I mean, was it Joel Edgerton, right? Coming back in as as Owen Lars and stuff like you know
Yeah,
that's he's a name now in Hollywood. They're bringing in other names, so Disney's clearly put a big budget in behind this
yeah.
that to me will rival that of a film. And if you're
The
gonna do it,
Inquisitor. Yeah,
go big or go home.
they're bringing in the Inquisitor. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Thrawn, like an introduction to Thrawn, and then that plays into Ahsoka because he's been
Could be,
cast already.
could
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
yeah, could be,
Like they're
could
gonna
be.
introduce him, and then he
I'm
comes
not.
back.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Like I want to like how I made my Boba Fett predictions. The one thing about this series that I'm not too excited about is the whole idea that his mission is around a young Princess Leia. That I do not like. Not because it's Princess Leia. Like I love Princess Leia. She's awesome, right?
Yeah.
It's because it could undo some things where we're talking about like the whole idea is that Vader has no clue
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that he has a daughter
That's no
that
clue.
she's around. Like that's supposed to be completely hidden.
Yep.
So I am a little bit concerned that they'll be teetering. I think they'll be observant of it, but like I would rather like Obi-Wan be on another like more personal quest, but still Obed.
But they know.
I'm
Yeah.
okay. I think it's gonna be great. I'm just saying. I'm telling you from now. I'm
Yeah.
predicting this from now. If that's the thing that they're going around from the rumors that are going out there, but the Princess Leia thing,
hmm Well,
I'm not sold yet.
I mean, it's clear. Like if you go back and watch A New Hope, it's clear that they know each other. Like they've talked face to face. Like she's
Rogue
not
One
in. Yeah. Well, Rogue
makes the
One.
reference, General Organa.
Yeah. Yeah. No. But I mean, like Vader and Leia. Like they've talked as him as Vader. Yeah. Because she's like
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Yes.
It's like only you
You're
would
right.
be so bold.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they know who he
they-
is.
yeah,
she knows-
exactly.
he knows who she is.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't knows.
They know. Well. Yeah.
as a rebellion.
Exactly.
leader.
Yeah. Part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
Take her away.
Which, by the way, they have not confirmed who's going to be the voice of Vader, right? Not yet.
Oh man, this guy gotta be James Earl Jones.
Dude,
I'm
he's
sorry.
like-
I don't care how
He's
old the guy is.
91, bro.
I don't care as long as he can speak into a thing and you can amplify it and edit. It's like
It's-
Mark Hamill playing Luke Skywalker, face over tech, whatever. Like
Man.
as long as they're still around, you gotta have.
Because
them
even
involved.
in Rogue One, it sounded a little bit rough. Like, it didn't sound...
It didn't bother me, and I think
No,
the choke
but
on your
you-
aspirations line was more of the issue. You know,
Nah, that was cute.
That
That was
like-
very Anakin, though.
It was very
It was very
Anakin, yeah.
Anakin.
Yeah,
So-
but, you know,
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know why the synchronization in that movie. Too, if you watch it enough, like especially when he's having that first conversation with Krennic, where he's like, "Yo, you will," like the hand movements at the same time, the voice doesn't line up exactly the way you might
Yeah.
think if you watch it enough. But that's just me getting technical. Anyways,
yeah.
I hope it's James Earl Jones because if you get the Walmart version of James Earl Jones, it will be noticed. It will be
I mean,
noticed. It would be
who-
like
who did-
Optimus Prime in the Netflix series. That's like it's the Walmart brand of Optimus Prime.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
It ain't
But
this guy. It's good,
who-
but it's noticed. You
who did Fallen Order though? Fallen Order was on point.
That was such a short sequence though, too.
It was. Yeah.
This is gonna be a full-on series, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
They'll probably mix his voice. They gotta make. They'll do something like.
They probably do
before,
some
right?
mixing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure like his voice is very distinctive, right? There's
absolutely.
did he do Rebels?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he did. He
Okay.
did Rebels, and I loved that.
Yeah,
But-
Rebels was
Yeah, he did Rebels. I remember that. But think about like gosh, who was the other one I was gonna mention that they mixed stuff for? Oh, Darth Maul. Okay, so like how they
Oh,
had
yeah.
Ray Park, but then they actually. Darth Maul doesn't really speak much, and in the movie he says one line, you know, and Phantom Menace. But like then they mix the voices between Ray Park and this guy from the games from the show. You know what I'm talking
Yeah. From
So-
Smallville.
about? Yeah.
Dark Side. Dark Side. Doomsday from Smallville. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So maybe they do something like that, right? Like maybe
They could.
you know,
Yeah. Well, I guess
Sam Witwer.
Oh, okay. There we go.
You know, we fact check on this show.
Yep. There we go. Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. Um, and last bit of news that I have here, Joel, is that it is unconfirmed by Disney, but it seems like Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at Epcot will officially open Memorial Day weekend this year. There's rumors that soft opening starts next week, and they'll go from there. So looks like they're on track to get this thing rolling.
Absolutely. I took a picture, posted it on the No Load Time socials. So I'm plugging that in, guys. Make sure you follow us on our social media accounts. But Guardians of the Galaxy is looking good. Ship looks awesome, dude. That
I seen the
Xandarian ship
pictures.
looks
Yeah,
amazing.
seen the
It's
pictures. Looks
almost
good.
like I don't. You've been to Universal since they did the Optimus, the
Yeah,
Transformers
yeah,
ride,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right. So like how that's very very awesome. Like
It's a
just
one to
staring at
one
Optimus,
scale. Yeah.
it's beautiful, right? And like at night, his eyes glow blue and the sword glows. Like it's great, right? Like that ship look like if it starts to glow and stuff, dude, it's gonna be gorgeous. Which I mean, you've seen the Millennium Falcon again, what they've done at the park. So Disney Imagineers always nailing that. The ride itself, man, is it's gonna be something pretty special. I hope, I can only hope that they made the track big enough stuff there because Epcot and the parks are already packed these days. So
Overly
hopefully,
so.
this will be one of those that you don't have to wait, 400 minutes to get on all the time.
Yeah, man. I
Because
mean, it's like Rise of the Resistance. They since they opened the queue, it's been like a minimum of 2 hours. Like
yeah,
it
100%.
usually
Yeah,
runs between 2 and 3 hours for the wait on
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Like honestly, if I would wait more than 2 hours, he would totally be for that ride because that ride is
They have all the
absolutely
ones. It's like
spectacular.
three rides in one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an experience
It's an
as you're walking
experience. Yeah,
in, and
yeah.
yeah, you have to. If you don't know what we're talking about, you have to experience it,
It's
guys.
nuts. Like even I'm a huge, like, I guess not detractor, but I guess positive critic of some of the decisions and problems that
Sequels,
Disney've had for the last 5 years. But this ride, like, spot on.
yeah. Imagineers nailed it.
Like they really went above and beyond and created something special. Like I cried, dude. Like I was tearing up
Oh yeah,
writing it
oh yeah.
because it was too
Beautiful.
much. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm planning to go to Epcot first week in June.
Oh, you'll make
So
it. Nice.
yeah, so we're planning to go
Gonna get that
before.
lightning lane.
Well, yeah, this is probably gonna be either
Genie.
Lightning Lane, or they're probably gonna do the reservation thing.
Yeah,
So
you're
for
right.
the beginning, yeah, and then open it up like
Say a prayer,
Ratatouille.
make a reservation.
Dude, if not, I'll be a cast member. You never know.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, we're planning to do like a full Epcot day the beginning of June. So yeah, we'll hopefully be able to catch it. So Joe, that's what we got. Unless you have anything else.
That's all I got.
I don't know if you saw that 2K's making a Lego sports game and everyone's worried.
No.
You didn't see that?
No, I did. No, forgive me. I did see that.
Oh, okay.
I did see that.
Yeah.
Very, very strange announcement, but at the same time, Lego has a specific audience, right? I'm not
Yeah.
trying to like there are adults who play, don't get me wrong, right? But it is it's like very kid friendly stuff. So like it doesn't bother me, right? Like don't
Yeah.
there's not reason to freak out.
There's gonna be like
It's
mixed sports too, right? It's gonna be
yeah.
like multiple sports, like a Wii. It's gonna be like Wii Sports, but with Lego, kind
Dude,
of.
I used to play Lego games on PC, like as like a kid. Like that was like my thing, dude. Like there was one that was like a Lego Brickmaster or something like that, whatever. Dude. So like I got a soft spot for Lego. It's not bad, guys. It's okay.
Yeah, no, it's Lego's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, totally. Yeah, no, that's gonna be very popular when it comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I just wanted to throw that out there. But Jules, go ahead and wrap it up, man.
Absolutely. Everyone, thank you so much for your time and for your listening and support of our show. We encourage you to stay subscribed. So, subscribe to the video version on our YouTube channel. And also make sure you subscribe to our podcast on podcast platforms Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon Music, all that good stuff. find us on your podcast platform of choice and subscribe to the show. Make sure that you are also following us on social media. I mentioned before, posting a nice little picture of also the Guardians ship that's been out on display already at Epcot. So you can follow us and see those things at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you're watching us right now on either YouTube or on Twitch, which we're on Twitch, No Load Time altogether, you'll see right below us all those social handles so you can follow us at those places below. Of course, if you are also really got a really interesting question, a comment, we'd love to hear from you. So we invite you to send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Questions, comments, maybe, just maybe, we'll even discuss it here on the show. But until next time, everyone, thank you, and we'll see you on our next episode.
Thank you guys. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.